Yeah, we might be. But speaking of the Jets, let's talk about some of the big news.
Breaking news.
Davante Adams was traded to the Jets officially for a 3rd-round pick.
Conditional, by the way. Could be a second, I believe.
Yep. Depending on where the Jets stand or in the season.
I think, and is it as much as Davante plays too? His snaps.
Okay.
Could be.
It probably some other stipulations in there.
Another thing, the Jets, they're paying his full remaining salary, so the Raiders are completely off his contract. They don't got to worry about him no more. They get their draft pick in. They start a new era, but a new look for their offense. Not a best look, but a rebuilding look.
Yeah, probably just a rebuilding look. What's interesting, you say that Garrett Wilson is going to be up for a contract.
Yeah.
He's going to be up for a contract, and I know the Jets want to keep Garrett, but so now you're going to be paying Aaron Rodgers top dollar, Davante top dollar, Garrett Wilson top dollar, Hassan Reddick still wants to get paid.
Breece Hall's in that same Garrett Wilson draft class too.
Right. So
he might not get it next year, but he's thinking about.
I think one of those two between Garrett and Breece won't be there next year, possibly. That's a possibility, or within the next 2 years.
With the way things are looking in the backfield, Braylon Allen looks really good though.
Okay.
He looks really good. I'm going to just say that now. I'm a Breece fantasy owner, so I hope we don't see much of that this year. But next year, Braylon Allen, he's only 20 years old. He's young.
Right. Yeah, very young.
Fresh legs. That'll be a good change of look. But for what they have right now, I mean, they needed this. Now, I thought that they should have went into the O-line market and see what they can get there. But obviously, what they did with Aaron Rodgers last year, you made that investment. You got to maximize on his comfortability. Who else is better than the man he's been playing with for 6, 7, 8 years in Green Bay? Like, I thought this move was a year too late now. Obviously, Aaron Rodgers' Achilles injury last year pushed things back. They had to deal with Zach Wilson, and that whole last season was a mess. But now you bring in Davante Adams, you put that alongside Aaron Rodgers. Right. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to lie. With Jeff Ulbrich as the interim head coach, it's only a 1-game sample size, but they came out better last night than usually. Offensively, I feel like they came out with more pop. They came out with more of a point to prove to show that, things are messy right now, but like where what you guys were saying about us, like I don't know.
I will say. I mean, sure, you could give it that, but I feel like that's if we lower their scale. We gotta think. We came into the year saying, this Jets team, they got a lot of talent. We all would have been surprised if we heard, wow, they're 2-4 right now.
It's crazy.
We all was thinking, 11 plus wins. Now we all was saying super team even. You feel me? Now it's 2-4. Desperate to make a move, but I think offensively, at least last night, they got a Hail Mary touchdown.
That was crazy.
But if we put that in context, they only scored 13 points without that.
Right.
So I'm not gonna sit here and say that offense looked up to par.
It wasn't great. It was better.
But it was better. They got the run game going a little bit. They still got to protect Rodgers a little better. But the run game, Tyron Smith, maybe that's more he's a better run blocker at this point in age than pass blocker. But now, with just the offense, who do you think benefits and who obviously, might lose some time now? Mike Williams, Alan Lazard. I feel like those two will probably be pushed to the side a little bit.
Right.
Because now you have Garrett Wilson and Davante Adams. I'm not, I don't know who we want to call a better duo than that, but that got to be a top 3 one.
Top three.
That got to be
top five.
Ooh, I mean, top 5 a lot. I feel like Davante Adams, in my book, he's still, in terms of talent and skill, like nothing fell off from him. I still think he has that top 5 player ability. We see from Garrett Wilson from past few years and now, like he's a truly special talent as well. Another Ohio State receiver. So can we get one of these high octane offenses now with those two? And how much do you think this Jets offense and team in general will look moving forward?
I think to start from the top to what you said, the people who's going to benefit the most and the least, well, I'll say for who's going to hurt from it, I think one player in particular is Mike Williams.
Okay.
I don't think Garrett Wilson is going to hurt from it. I definitely don't think Allen Lazard is going to hurt from it. I think Lazard is one of the wide receivers where he's going to get in where he fits in. Aaron Rodgers and him, they have enough chemistry to where Lazard is always going to get his 3 to 4 receptions a game at least.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And Mike Williams, they signed him to be that guy alongside Garrett Wilson, but now, especially after the play made last night and what Aaron Rodgers said, I think he's definitely going to be pushed to the side.
Let me talk about that too, bro. Cause
how you feel about that? That was
crazy, bro. Like, and I'm always been on Rodgers for this. He is the ultimate blame deflector. I truly believe that. If we look at the play, if he wants to say Mike Williams wasn't in the correct spot, he should have been closer to the sideline. Boom. Okay, that's the one thing. But the throw was nowhere near the sideline for him to even. If you had to peep, Mike Williams had to stop his whole. He had to stop his whole momentum. He had to stop, come all the way back like it was a punt or something. Like, that was a horrible ball, and to put that on him, that you threw another game-losing pick. You feel me? I think that's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's what Rodgers been doing his whole career. People have been okay with it. I've always peeped that though. He always manipulates the media the best, bro. Like he makes, like, you feel me? Like,
nah, he's special in his own ways. I ain't gonna lie. He's special
feel
in
me?
his own ways. But no, I think Garrett gonna benefit from it though. Like, a lot of people talking about Garrett stock going down. I think he needed another weapon in him, like aside him in the receiving game. Maybe now you could maybe throw him in the slot. He can cook against a lot of other DBs that's not number one. So
it's not number one. Yeah,
I don't know. I like Garrett a lot. And I think this is a way for A-Rod to open up more to Garrett. He can open up opportunities.
Right.
Boom. Garrett right there, I could throw it to him. Not always Garrett in double or triple coverage. You got to make a tough throw. Now it's a Rodgers pick.
Right.
We seen last night the running game got way better. I think that was the best thing that came out in their improvement so far with Jeff Ulbrich. Breece Hall, I think he's going to look very respectful because now defense got to respect the passing game now.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that opens up the backfield for Breece, and you can mix in Braylon Allen in there too, but mainly Breece in the running game and some Breece receptions too. You can mix a lot of things up now. I want to see how this works. Their first game is against the Steelers this week. Hopefully Davante plays because I need to see this product as soon as possible, especially coming off the loss last night because now they're 2-4, and honestly, everybody's throwing congratulations and hoorays up, but that record isn't pretty. And the Bills are 4-2, and they've created separation between the Jets rather. So it's going to be, I wouldn't say an uphill climb because now you got the Dolphins and the Patriots, they're behind, but it's tough, bro. It's tough in the AFC.
The AFC in general is probably going to be solid. Now, they have their next 3 games are going Steelers, Patriots, Texans. Now, I say I think they need to get 2 of these next 3.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure we're gonna let's just lock in the Patriots. At least we want to hope.
Do we want to lock that in though? After losing to the Broncos the way they did. Now, I'm gonna give them the win, but in the sample size I saw Drake May last week, and we're gonna get into that.
Okay.
I like what I saw.
I actually agree with that.
They're a tough team. We can lock in the win, but I wouldn't guarantee anything. Let's just assume they do because they need the urgency. Like they can't play around with anybody. They can't play with their foot anymore. So
I agree.
I'm gonna give them the win, but just watch out. I'm gonna say don't put it past the Jets to lose that game.
The week after that, they're gonna have to play the Texans. That's also gonna be a tough one.
That's a tough one.
And then, but next week, like the very next week, they got the Steelers.
A new look Steelers team.
New Wilson Steelers, you feel me? And we can just go right into that.
Right into it.
Russell Wilson has been getting first team reps at practice and is preparing to make his first start of 2024 season against the Jets in Week 7. Do you think this was the right move for Pittsburgh?